Where, my man? No, I was literally just going in and having to just update my prescription. That's it. That's what I mean, like I was meant to do it. I thought it was tomorrow, but that's alright. The good thing is that we can now finish our final game. And interesting so far. I was just telling chat that it was my first ever loss with my coda. I was very sad.
It was, yeah. That is very sad.
And then you got to have my debut match of my Dark Tidings.
Yes.
It's actually a deck that I took to the NKFL.
Oh, the KFPL?
Sorry, the KFPL.
Mm-hmm.
And I got top 8 with it in my lineup, so it must have been doing something right.
No, that is a very good Dark Tidings. That was I really considered banning it.
Yeah.
I was sort of hoping you wouldn't ban my Dark Tidings.
Oh yeah, it high rolls occasionally. Like it's good on its own. It's a very fast deck, but then sometimes it goes really fast, and I was like, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with not having to face that.
My Dark Tidings, it can do it. It can do a lot. So I'm quite happy with It performs quite well. It's one of my higher win rate decks in my lineup.
Yeah. No, I banned. Oh, actually, we'll talk about bans afterwards because we've got one more game to go. I'm interested to see if you decide to keep going with your save deck and if I go with my save deck.
It will be interesting if that's the case.
It's not the first time I have decided to not play the deck that I saved.
Nope, me either. I think saving decks for me. Well, we can talk about that afterwards. But it's not. I don't always play my save decks.
Yeah.
Depends on why I saved it.
Okay, I need to look at your. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We picked it anyway.
You made a decision?
Yeah. So you went with your saved, I went with my saved. Yeah, I'll just give like a little thing. Jaratoe had too much C for my board deck.
Yes, that is why I saved it.
Yeah, I think Wit is very, very good. I just think that it needs Sport. So
yeah, there's I think we can talk about this a little bit since the deck's already selected. But thanks, Sock. Thank you. Sock saying good luck in my chat. But Wit I didn't think was deserving of a ban because I think it's personally I think it's looks a bit overrated.
Yep.
And on top of that, I think my lineup doesn't have a ton of C. I don't think any of my decks, besides Judge, really have a bad matchup into Eaton's Jar.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I don't think Eaton's Jar hurts you too much.
Yeah.
I also noticed you don't really do artifact decks. If you did, you'd be in a bad situation because of all the R I have.
Yes, no, exactly, yeah. And like I don't have a ton of R in my lineup. Obviously this one has Borrow in it.
Yeah.
I also figured if you did Wit, I'm happy to borrow your library card.
True.
Like borrowing a library card and using it on a Shadow's turn in Jaratoe would be pretty nasty.
Yes, that is correct. Which deck am I playing again?
You are playing Fallible.
That's right. Okay. This will be interesting. I'm interested to see how this goes. I don't know how this is. Yeah, I don't know how this will go. I'm really interested in this matchup.
Wait, do I not have Oh yeah, I haven't gotten to play it in the NKFL, so I actually have to add. One second, I've got to add Jaratoe to my TCO on this count because I've been playing it on my alt. Because it's banned. So give me 2 seconds.
But I wasn't that scared of Jaratoe with some of my decks. Some of the decks, like I think it played really well. Like one of both the decks you banned plays really well into it.
Yes.
And the only deck that I felt was really rough, like actually rough, was Wit. And so,
Yeah, that's why I saved it.
I was definitely scared of your other decks more.
I think Grunberg doesn't do well into either of the two you have left.
Grimberg's weird. I don't understand playing it. I tried playing it. It's like I don't understand how this deck plays.
Yeah, Grunberg is not a. It's
a control deck.
Yeah, it's a very hard control deck, and it's a bit unwieldy, to be honest. But it does well. I'm just trying to figure out where is this Amber Pip?
Is that a bird or a dog?
That is a dog.
Right.
That is it's a Dashant. There we go. Jaratoe is in the and now I can select it, and we can get into the game. Nope, that's wrong. That's the wrong deck. There we go. All right, I'm good to go.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, early draw, give it to me.
But no, yeah, I think oh, Murphy. It's okay. Just give me a mulligan for me.
Interesting. I also mulliganed.
I'll be going Shadows first and playing out a Cephas. Yeah, the Cronuses are scary.
Yeah.
I'll be going Shadows again. I'll go look over there, your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Play a Bonith.
Hey, that's a bit naughty.
It is, yeah. It's not necessarily stream friendly. My dog is named Murphy, Joe. It's actually my family dog. And it is a miniature Dachshund. Yes, I know you're excited. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do? Oh, your daughter's name is Murphy. Awesome. That's Well, that's my family. It's my family. My family last name is also Murphy. So lots of Murphys here. I apologize if they're loud. Hey. It's okay. Good boy. It's a good boy. You can probably hear both my dogs. Murphy's a very nice. Oh, actually, hey, do you mind? Give me 2 seconds, and I'll be right back.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, interesting. Trying to play some awesome games. This will be a close game, I think. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. We both need this win pretty badly. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, chat. There's not much going on right now. We're just waiting on Murph to go and figure out what's going on with the dogs. While we listen to some Hollow Knight tunes. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Got a lot of pips in that deck. Oh, I didn't even. Yeah. This will be interesting. I may lose this, but that's alright. I needed game one, honestly. May have saved the wrong deck. But that's alright. I guess. Maybe. Just gotta play well. We just gotta play like a legend. That's it. Hello. See how this goes, eh? That's alright.
My dog needed someone. My mom came home and I forgot the lock is on the outside door.
Yeah.
So they were unable to get in. But so we're gonna go. We're gonna go dis here.
Okay.
Not take my archives. Nope. Gonna implosion. Kill your
Yep.
Cronus. Play Ritual of Tognath. And pass back over to you.
Awesome.
Plays Ducilius, eh?
Yeah.
Not bad. What we're gonna do is we're gonna call Dis again.
Yep.
And I'm gonna play Implosion and kill the
Ooh.
Daceless.
Really? You're gonna leave it, kill all the amber off it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
To be honest, I forgot there was a Ludo out.
Alright.
We'll go untamed. That was a. You could call that a punt. Play Bumblebird. Gamerspine Mongrel out. Get the Flumph out. Play that. Play Resurgence.
Leave that in the archives. Just gonna play a bunch of dudes. Dudes being guys, guys being dudes.
That's reasonable. I'm gonna call Dis.
Okay. For what reason would you want to call this?
Gonna play Pandemonium.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm going to Mark of Disu into Saurian.
Yep.
Gonna play Infernus. Gonna take your Eclectic Inquiry and your It's Coming.
Uh-huh.
Or do I just purge your DSLs? Half your DSLs.
Up to you.
It is up to me. Yep, purge that half of the DSLs.
Nice. I was about to bring him back.
Yeah, if you have a Resurgence.
In the deck, yeah. Somewhere. Yeah. Okay. We're going to...
But yeah, the having all the Amber be off of that, removed from the game from that DSL is gonna hurt me. I know that. I did not realize that there was a Ludo on the board.
Pandemonium was annoying. Pandemonium was annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying.
I'm okay with it though right now. What's in the deck? Wait, it's read.
Okay, we'll call Untamed. And we'll fight your Ludo.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're gonna load on.
Yep.
We're gonna play this Song of the capturing one here, here, and pass it back over.
We'll do some damage. We're gonna reap to draw a card. I need to make sure I turn on simultaneous abilities. I don't know why it's turned off, but I keep turning it off by accident.
Oh yeah, ordering.
I'm gonna draw that. This. Draw. Discard. This. I may actually. Let me just think about this for a second. I'll end turn. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Free from the ransack. Bumblebird. What are you gonna do? Yeah, nice. I was about to do a Kichi.
Was I muted for that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Didn't realize. Well, yeah, I punked because I figured you had something.
Well, I was gonna read with Untamed, play Key Frog, and then an Evolution.
How are you killing the key frog?
Evolution.
Oh, Amber Illusion. I was thinking of Ambermancy. Gotcha.
Okay. Gonna go with Untamed.
Mm-hmm.
Going to buff here. Play here. Fight to kill this. And then I guess we can buff you. Capture to press the Jaratoe thing. Reap and reap.
Yeah, I can't stop you.
Woo! I love this deck.
Oh man, I'm so frustrated by the
Oh, the Deacillus.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening? Oh my god.
I can't wait to diss the board. Yeah.
I didn't read the card. I just saw things moving around, and I was like, "What's happening? What's going on?"
Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh well. Very good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Oh man, crazy.
Yeah, that was a wild, definitely a wild first two games, and very good show.
Interesting.
Seemed like a very good, good show.
I'm gonna be honest. When I look at Jaratoe, I didn't see the 20 pips. I didn't realize it could produce that much amber. But
yeah.
I was also I'd play tested it into this deck, Pickpocket, and Vither.
Mm-hmm.
And Ralph, because it had I saw reactions.
Yes.
It did not.
No.
For the mimicries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all this matchup, because this deck it kind of just does a lot of efficiency and then sets up for a key frog.
Yeah.
Like I think I forged with key frog 9 out of 10 games because it's just too much amber gen on Untamed with the evolution. There was a turn I was considering Mind Over Matter while you had some dudes out. Because if you don't have Borrow, what I tend to do is, because my archive or my draw gets set up with library card, I play down library card, play all my logos out to get some pips and whatnot, and then I Mind Over Matter everything. And then the next turn I library card, crazy amount of draw, while they played one house. And then a thing you can do to follow is that after you've done all this crazy draw, you now have like 10, 15 creatures in your hand, and you just Amberlution, and there's no way they have enough creatures to deal with it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's such a funny deck. I opened this one actually, randomly. I just went to the store, bought 3 decks. I got this. I got a deck with another Deacillus deck with a Legacy Scootum, and I was like, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is it 2 Deacillus?
Yeah. No, it's a very good deck. I don't think it was. I think I have okay matchups into it, generally.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why I safed it. I probably didn't need to safe it. I probably should have safed Pickpocket. If I had saved Pickpocket, were you betting a DT?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was either going to be. It was either going to be Fallible or the DT that was getting banned.
Yeah, I don't know where I safe kept. That's probably a misplay on my part.
Well, I
you
mean,
banned well.
It was I was considering banning it, so I think it's a fair save.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it does very well into. Well, I think it has a better matchup into. I think Fallible has a better matchup into Judge.
Yeah, I also find it weird that I played Ralph first. Actually, now that I know that it's like got a guaranteed win on Jaratoe, I did not think about my first playing Ralph first. That was just habit. I just did habits at that point.
Yeah, well, I think
Ralph play Ralph.
Yeah, well, I think Samir still has an okay matchup into Ralph. I was going to pick Samir first into your lineup because I think Samir.
That's what I mean. Like Samir plays better into Ralph than Jaratoe does.
Yeah.
And so if I didn't play, I should have played Dark Tidings first. Actually, maybe I don't know. I didn't. Yeah.
I think
Weird.
I think the Dark Tidings has an okay matchup into Samir, because Samir is it's 90, and it can't it couldn't deal with a rush from the DT, probably.
Yeah.
So I don't think Samir. I would
pick better.
Into the DT. I would have liked Jaratoe, Margaret, or Judge.
Yep. No. It's Jaratoe. That was ever happening.
Yeah.
11 creatures? No, thank you. No. I need you to have creatures so I can put them back into your deck, and then so I can draw faster.
Yeah. I think Jaratoe also does the double safe houses is also really good for the bow nithing in the Infernus.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to kill the Infernus because they have a resurgence. So it gets left on the board, and then bow nithing against archive same turn. So it's basically damned if you damned if you do, damned if you don't on killing the creatures. So the Infernus can get recycled a lot.
Well, we do know though, regardless, that it would have been a close game, even if you had killed the.
Yes, more key.
Yeah. I may have edged it out on that final turn still.
That is true. That is true.
But I think it would have been closer, 100%.
So that was a 1-3 on your end.
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect.
I brought it.
That hurts my key difference. But I think I break even, right? No, I'm +1.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of Golami up, man.
Yeah, Gorlami does have a. Gorlami's wallet, when I look at it, it feels like I'm just getting slapped with the wallet.
Yeah, you're playing. You can't play Jaratoe into that. There's no way.
Oh, I know, like the 18 Infernus lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm actually more scared of the Harvest Times than the Infernuses.
Yeah, Harvest Time too. I think they do have an incredible amount of Infernuses. They've got like all the Infernuses. They have a couple of Eaton's jars.
Yeah, so this is why I brought Wit, because Wit plays well into those kinds of decks, the Infernus kinds of decks, because it doesn't have pips.
Yeah, I mean all my decks have pips. There's not the only one that doesn't is Grunberg. Grunberg doesn't have a ton of pips.
My decks have Wit doesn't have any pips.
Oh, I shouldn't say.
So I can.
Has 10 pips. Yeah, Grunberg has 10 pips, and then Scout Sandra has 10 pips, I think.
Man, we have a tough pool. I will say, there's some good play. Like Pizza is a good player.
Yeah, Pizza's a very good player.
Ganusa,
yeah.
They beat Golami.
Yeah, so they're also on Team Swindle. They have a really nice lineup.
I don't know anything about them. I've never seen their lineup. I've never seen I know they have an Infernus deck, but I've never seen them play. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they're teammate. They're a good player.
They're the kinds of players that scare me the most when I don't know them. I play better. Yeah. I play better into people that I've seen play before.
Did you were your bans on my end at all influenced by like how was your, obviously Margaret was your first ban?
Yeah, so I banned Margaret because because of the stream, I looked at the direction of Margaret and wanted to see why it was so scary and why Karen gave it. Didn't necessarily influence the ban, it more just influenced the where do I start to playtest.
Right. Yeah. Because I think it's
yeah. Okay.
It's
DT had nothing to do with any streams or anything. I actually just it looked nice to play and played it, and then just went and won 3 games in a row on my own. I'm like, I'm not playing this. I'm not.
Judges actually it's basically when I first got in the game, I bought 3 decks, and Judge was in that 3 decks.
Yeah, nice.
Wow,
Wow, so you've only gotten the game recently.
Yeah, no, I didn't get into the game until September 2021.
Wow.
Yep.
So how did you get into the game?
Hey, there's this game. They work at an LGS, or they did work at an LGS at the time. They're like, hey, there's this game that has my LGS has hosted weekly game nights as long as as they're able to do safely. It's like they still have locals now. They did in 2021. And so they're like, hey, there's this game. It's a card game. Are you interested in learning it? It's pretty fun. I was like, hey, yeah, of course. And it's like the first game I actually played was on TCO. And I was like, oh, this has piqued my interest enough to try it in paper. And so they let me borrow a deck. The deck they let me borrow was the Arena Combat is the name of the deck that they let me borrow.
Yep.
And it had stuff. It was a Shrix double spiral deck. So it was it's like 64, but it's actually quite fun to play. And I was like, as soon as I played that deck, and I found out that the stuff was unique. They all had unique names. I was just absolutely hooked because I had played Yu-Gi-Oh before. That was the card game that, and I had played Yu-Gi-Oh. I had limited in Magic, and those hadn't hooked me in the same way. That first game, I was just like, I have to play this game. It was everything I wanted. It sold me the dream that the Yu-Gi-Oh anime gave me.
Yep.
And I was just and then I went and I still have the Mr. Arena Combatant, and it has then I bought a 2-player starter set.
Nice.
And I opened it up. I started set. I had Judge, and then an Evil.
Nice.
And the
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I played just after Spiral. Do you remember Spiral?
Oh yeah.
I just
glory was that was Zoo format and the Spiral format were sort of back to back.
Yeah. I kind of just stopped playing at that point. Yeah. I liked it, and then the game kind of not worked anymore. It's going to be a 1-10 game.
Yeah, and then it kind of got really combo heavy there. It was like Dingirsu, Thunder Dragon Colossus.
Yeah.
And then it was Sky Strikers and Trickstars. Oh man, it was a dark stretch. Now it's actually a pretty healthy meta though.
Yeah, if I'm playing right now, the deck that I play right now, if I go play a Master Duel because it's easier, I play Fluffles.
Oh, I love Fluffles. Yeah, I play a Master Duel as well. I actually one of my favorite decks on there is I had a Plunder Patrol for hire mashup for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's just a ton of fun to play. Is it super competitive? No. But it's like the board spam of the 2 decks. I do.
Yeah, Fluffles is a. Did I get my OTK? No, I lose.
Yeah, did I summon? Is it Tiger or Wolf?
There's a bunch of them. There's different paths depending on what you get. But yeah, Tiger. I actually like the whale a lot. The whale's a unique way to OTK. But yeah, the wolf.
I think I'm most familiar with the wolf OTK line, but
yeah, it just kind of goes, oh look, I'm going to negate a bunch of things, I'm going to kill a bunch of things, and then attack you for $1 billion damage.
Yeah, and that OCG support the Fluffle Nightmare. I think it's called Frightmare or Frightfur.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but it took forever to get back into the TCG, and that card made Fluffles so good. If that had been released in the TCG when it did in the OCG, Fluffles would have been a competitive deck.
Oh, I know. It can play competitively now because if you know how to chain block, you have to be really good at chain blocking. But chain blocking is hard.
Yeah.
Because you want to try and bait certain effects to be negated so that you can keep comboing to other things.
Yeah.
But outside that, if you can't, if you don't chain block well, or if you don't get the cards to chain block, then you can't. It's just impossible.
Yeah. Especially on Master Duel, because then you get max seed, and then it's I guess that's it.
But I got into Keyforge during about 2 months before Age of Ascension.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah. My first ever. I played one game of I wasn't gonna play because it looks childish. And I'm like, and I was more of a board gamer and a video gamer at the time. I'm like, I don't really feel like playing card games again. I'm done with card games.
Yeah.
Just because it costs too much. I'm like, I don't want to have to be in a game where I got to constantly keep spending to up what I'm doing, and
that was bad with Yu-Gi-Oh, and then also why I played limited in Magic sometimes, but also why I didn't get into Magic just because of that turnover rate.
I play Commander in Magic.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since Ravnica.
Wow. A couple years ago. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I got into Keyforge. Like, I played a game. And I was like, okay, now I'll play. And then he didn't beat me and couldn't beat me, regardless of what deck I used against him. And I'm just like, this game is not okay. Yeah. It was because he taught me the game before. There's a tournament at a convention the next day because we were going to a convention together. And let's do it. And then my first ever deck was in a sealed tournament at a convention.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was alright. Like, my first game, sorry, not my first deck, because I bought a deck before it and then didn't open. And I didn't play well. It was fun.
No, I mean,
I got hooked.
It got you into the game.
I got hooked,
that's awesome.
And then
what was your record of the event?
I think at one point 2-2.
Not bad.
That wasn't that great. It was. Yeah,
I mean, for your it's an official event and it's your first outside of like friendly tabletop game. 2-2 is pretty good.
Yeah, and then a year later there was a Prime at the same convention. It was an adaptive, and I won the Prime.
Wow.
So
that's so awesome. That's actually really cool.
But that's the only thing I've ever been to that's an official tournament. Wise, that's a
obviously
go to the Grand Champ.
I started during the pandemic, so there's certainly and hiatus, so there was no tournaments around me.
Yeah. Hopefully tournaments come back well because I miss it.
I think they will. I mean, they GG's has
pretty explicitly, man.
But
I don't think they'll come back to my country. I think my country's done for Keyforge.
That's fair. Yeah, that is fair.
So I hope that we get some sort of official online platform, or at least keep the tournaments running, because I'm not going to be able to play outside of that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I know they definitely want to support the LGS a lot for organized play.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember the first game, because the Crusader Judge was the first deck I played at a Chainbound.
Yeah.
And I remember it. Obviously, it's a Dark Tidings, and it has a lot of complicated lines in it.
Yeah, it does.
But so I lost. I lost all three. And,
that's alright.
And it was like, I was like, this deck seems okay, but it was it's one of my favorite decks, and it's still with me, and it's still going strong, even in like my NKFL lineup and stuff. So.
Yeah, my NKFL lineup's changing next year already. Changing next season. I had like 3 decks that was coming in the mail, and I'm like, I really wanted them to come in the mail in time, but they didn't. There's 2 M4 Captura decks, and then I got a crazy Worlds Collide deck to try out. So
yeah,
I'm a bit disappointed in my lineups. I just went, well, what can I replace my lineup with? Rush. Let's bring a lot of Rush. So I got 3 Rush decks and then 3 Control decks, so I can pivot to depending on what my opponents try to play, which is good, I think.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think there's definitely 2 schools of thought of like, do I just bring in like so much of one strategy that they can't possibly have all the answers to it, and I can ban the answers they do have, or have like a more well-rounded toolbox sort of lineup.
Yeah. No, I think I may need a safe pickpocket because I think it's going to win most games it plays.
That is why I banned it.
Have you had a chance to play it?
No, I did have a chance to. So I played Vither.
Yeah.
Vither, and that as soon as I played one game with that deck, and I said, I never again. I said I am absolutely not playing against this deck.
Yeah, that deck is good. I like that deck a lot.
Yeah, I think the only time I'd ever want to play against it was Margaret.
Yeah.
Or
that's why I banned Margaret.
Or Judge. But
yep, I can see that.
The only time I want to play it against that deck is with Margaret, and I knew that was going to be your first ban probably.
Yeah.
So, basically, if any of my other decks besides Judge maybe plays into Vither, there's no way it's winning.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
Yeah.
It depends. Did you archive Dis or Saurians?
So the first time I archived Dis.
Yeah. But it can play the other way too. But the reason you archive Dis is so you can keep things and keep the key cost high while you play Tribute.
Yeah, that's how I played it. As I actually ran into a problem one of my test games with it that I had too much archives. So I mean, it's a test game. It's a solo test game. So I ran the game out, and it was literally like I had gotten down to where it was only one Edai left in the deck.
Oh my! What were you facing?
Oh, myself.
Yeah, but what? That's crazy. I haven't actually. The games have never gotten that long. I usually just try to combo it out.
I could have, but I sort of.
Okay.
I was basically like how like it was a pretty wild time. And then I had the whole deck in my hand, and obviously then the game was over anyways.
Yeah.
But no, that was enough for me to say that's not something I'm letting through.
No, I can understand that. It's a good deck. Yeah. I actually traded away my I think my highest rated deck for it. Because
I think that's fair.
Even though my deck was good, I already had enough decks to do the same thing, and I wasn't enjoying playing it anymore. I played it. I've had it since it was an 80 SAS deck, and so it eventually just got buffed by efficiency, and I just didn't want to play it anymore. I've had it since Worlds Collide came out, and I was done with it.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of trading in the secondary market. I think that's wonderful. They found a good home.
Yeah, I've done more trading than buying.
Yeah, I think trading is the heart of all card games, as opposed to just purchasing in the secondary market. Definitely keeps in the spirit. But then Cramp Pickpocket I wasn't letting through either, because I think it has better better efficiency than the 21 it's labeled as.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it is. Like, if you start with Untamed, it like, oh no, I'm starting off slow, but then you just get faster and faster the longer the game goes on. If you start with Logos, it's just game essentially. At that point. Start with Star Alliance, you just build up. It's like it's more of a slower build, and it compounds.
There's no way I'm winning against that deck with my lineup, which there are some lineups that I think probably could with lots of board wipes. But it kind of feels like
actually warding decks. Warding decks beat it. So decks that can ward a lot and build big boards with warding beats it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's basically like Zeramus's lineup could beat it.
Yes. We tested it. He tested my deck, and he's like, this deck's crazy for a 70 SAS. And I didn't realize how good it was. I only started testing it for the NKFL this season because I'm like, oh, it looks fun. Why would I never test this deck? And I looked at the record, and it was like 1 in 10. I'm like, why am I... what was wrong with me? How did I play so poorly back then? And now since then, I brought it back to at least a 70% win rate. So it's like, wow, okay, cool. It's doing better than I thought.
Yeah, I think the only deck that I have that has a 70% win rate is Margaret.
Yep.
I think that's like a 78% win rate.
Wow, 78's pretty good.
And then that's over 40 games so far. And then
nice.
Samir is like 60 something. Oh, Samir's negative. I think Samir's 46. But if Samir gets in the right matchup, it wins.
But, like, negative is not bad, because if you think about it, in competitive, if your deck's doing 50% win rate against other competitive decks, then it's still a good deck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then
also like I've ruined my win rates when I playtest games because I concede games early because I'm like, oh, I messed that whole sequence up. I can't bother doing this. Let's reset.
Yeah, I do a lot of solo testing too. So some of that is like, I am doing weird things with my decks.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, what happens if I just like super aggressively cut this one house for the game?
Yep. 100%. I can see that.
So I think
I'm always keen to keep getting new decks though. I don't play test my decks enough. I don't think there's any deck that's got more than 50 games on my lineups. I don't think I have. Maybe one deck. I got one deck, and it's a Coda deck that's crazy fast, but because it's quick to finish games, so I can finish lots of games really quick.
Yeah.
Trying to get all my decks. I think that the idea is that if I can I'll get a lineup that I have to play up to 100 games per deck to make them into the lineup, and I think it'll be hard, but I think that's the future of my lineup. Will be every deck's had at least 100 plays.
Yeah, which is, you're gonna narp every deck.
Yeah, but that sounds boring. I'd rather get new decks.
Yeah, well, I know. I've recently come into some decks that I definitely will be looking at swapping into my lineup.
Yeah.
Probably.
I stopped streaming, by the way, so you can show me if you want.
Well, I don't care if anyone snipes the decks. I've pretty much all of my stuff is broadcasted. So if people want to, do their work and do their homework and study my decks, then I'm happy to.
Yeah, same.
Happy to do it. Like they're welcome to do that. I'm not keeping anything secret. One is I'm not fully sold on this one, but it's I have to bring it up. Let's bring it up over here.
I need my decks from Jupiter. He's got like 6 decks of mine, and that I bought a while ago. I bought them in a pack so that I could trade or sell some of them and then keep the other ones. And they will fit in my lineup very well.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I'm just gonna just end the stream because I don't think there's anyone watching anymore. But and then I'll show you this deck that I'm gonna be adding in. All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for watching. And if you need to watch any of the games, it will be up on my YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much to AnxiousPirate. They were 3 really good games, and I'm very happy to. I'm very happy to have the voice chat on too. That's really nice for the games.
I think it works really well. I've wanted to do that for a few people because we used to do it in Oz League, where if you can try to get your games talking with someone, then you're better.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's a more, it's less on the on the stream side. They get less verbalization of my thought process, but I think I think it's also really nice games for on my end, and also just it's nice content to have banter.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's nice. But anyways, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see y'all